You bought 3 wheels for safety, right? But what if that's the most dangerous myth in motorcycling? Most first-month mishaps happen below 20 miles per hour. Parking lots, gas stations, and slow, tight right turns. That's where overconfidence meets physics, and even a small mistake can flip the story from stable to sideways. Every ride hides forces most riders never see coming. Oversteer, tire fatigue, suspension stress. One lapse in smoothness, one hard grab of throttle, and that sense of security can vanish faster than you think. The industry won't warn you, the salesman won't tell you, but real riders know the truth, and it's not pretty. So before another mile, listen up. These are 21 secrets every trike owner should know before it's too late. Number 21. Cornering can bite. Every trike rider begins believing 3 wheels mean safety, but the first tight corner quickly proves otherwise. A trike does not lean. It resists the turn, so mastery comes from leverage, timing, and restraint rather than balance. The body becomes the counterweight. Lean your torso into the curve, press through the outside floorboard, and guide the bars with steady, deliberate pressure. Sudden throttle or stiff arms can lift a wheel and destroy control. Smoothness saves more than skill, and one calm motion through a bend will always beat frantic corrections. Respect the corner and trust rhythm to replace aggression. Each turn is a conversation between your weight and the road. Confidence grows when you stop wrestling and start listening. In a quiet parking lot, trace slow figure eights at 15 to 20 miles an hour, letting your eyes lead the motion. Feel how a small, lean, and gentle push steady the chassis. Repeat until the trike feels like an extension of your own balance, not a machine resisting your will. That awareness turns corners from threats into partners. Number 20. Oversteer arrives first. Every new trike rider discovers that steering feels nothing like a motorcycle. Reverse trikes may feel lighter in the bars, but the same patience rule applies. The front end reacts sharply, and every arm movement shapes the line you keep, or lose. Oversteer is more than a quirk. It's a thief that steals control from anyone who mistakes strength for finesse. Most oversteer begins in the shoulders, not the hands. Tension travels down the arms, and riders force the bars instead of guiding them. A trike rewards calm intent. Gentle pressure, bent elbows, and a loose grip turn chaos into control. Look farther through the corner instead of down at the nose. The machine will settle into a smoother path on its own. Mastering oversteer means trusting rhythm over reaction. Keep your shoulders relaxed, steer from your core, and let the front wheels follow your gaze. Smooth, deliberate motion steadies both body and machine, proving that patience, not muscle, is the real measure of control. Number 19. Weight balance. Rules. Everything few. Trike owners realize how much control depends on where the weight sits. All trikes, center of gravity shifts matter even more on deltas with rear-heavy layouts. It is not just about cargo, it is about harmony between rider, machine, and momentum. A trike's stability can vanish the moment balance shifts even slightly. Every saddlebag stuffed too high or cooler strapped to one side changes the machine's attitude through a curve or stop. The biggest secret is that weight behaves like a living thing. It shifts, leans, and talks through the frame if you listen. Load heavy gear low and central. Treat the seat and trunk like the heart of the machine. Overloading one side makes turns unpredictable and braking uneven. Even the passenger's posture changes how the rear grips. Veteran riders call balance the silent mechanic. It works without thanks but punishes neglect. Keep gear tight, fuel even, and body relaxed. When the load feels centered, the trike glides instead of grinds. The next truth digs deeper. Because even with perfect balance, the front tire takes more punishment than most expect. If you've been nodding along or learning something new already, hit that like button and drop a comment below. Every rider's experience matters, and your story might just be the one that helps another trike owner stay safe on the road. Number 18. The front tire pays. Every trike rider assumes that 3 wheels share the load, but the front end bears the true burden. Reverse trikes may spread it a bit wider, yet the steering wheel still takes the weight of every turn, bump, and crosswind. The front tire wears faster not from mileage, but from physics. Each correction and corner forces full pressure through one small contact patch. Riders often miss the warning signs until vibration starts or the tread thins too soon. The front tire is your handshake with the road. It speaks first, and it fails first if ignored. Check pressure before every ride and adjust for temperature swings. Small changes make big differences in stability. Keep steering input smooth and your grip light so the tread rolls evenly rather than scrubs. Treat that tire as a lifeline, not an afterthought. A properly inflated, well-aligned front transforms the Trike's feel. Quiet, planted, and predictable. Care for it, and the machine rewards you with confidence that lasts long after the rubber does. Number 17. Suspension saves backs and lives. Every rider loves the open highway until the road turns rough. On a Trike, that punishment doubles. Reverse models ride a bit softer up front, yet weak rear shocks still deliver every bump straight through the frame and into your spine. Most new owners learn too late that factory suspension is built for cost, not comfort. Fine for showroom floors, poor for patched pavement and long miles. Suspension is survival. Strong shocks keep tires planted, steering precise, and the rider relaxed. Weak or neglected ones turn every trip into a fight. The right setup, fresh oil, proper preload, and balanced damping transforms jarring chaos into steady rhythm. Veteran riders treat suspension work not as luxury, but as protection for body and machine. Check for leaks, match settings side to side, and service at least once a season. A well-tuned Trike glides where others shudder, conserving both patience and energy. Ignore it, and each mile steals comfort and control. The next truth reveals how a simple reverse gear can restore confidence and independence. Before we continue, the gears and accessories I use are in the description. No fluff, just what works. Number 16. Brakes wear faster than you think. Every rider trusts their brakes until the day they fade too soon. On a Trike, that moment arrives faster than expected. Delta models stress the rear, reverse setups the front, but all share one truth. Extra weight means extra heat. The braking system endures constant assault from rider, passenger, and cargo alike. Unlike two wheels where lean helps bleed momentum, a Trike's flat stance relies solely on grip. Each stop, hill, and light chews through the pads a little more. Heat is the quiet killer. Every wheel works harder, building temperature that warps rotors and cooks fluid far ahead of schedule. Riders replace pads twice as often as they planned, blaming luck when physics is the culprit. Inspection isn't optional, it's survival. After rides, feel for pulsing or drag, check fluid color, and listen for squeal. Replace pads before they whisper their warning. Quality parts pay for themselves in control and calm. The Trike's safety rests on friction unseen, and the next lesson explains how even tire pressure changes the way those brakes behave. Number 15. Windshield drag eats power. Every rider loves comfort, but comfort always charges interest. The hidden cost most Trike owners discover too late is that windshields quietly steal horsepower. Reverse models with their wider bodies amplify that drag even more. At first, a tall screen feels like a gift, shielding you from wind, bugs, and strain, but past 50 miles an hour, that same wall turns against you, forcing the engine to labor harder just to hold speed. You feel it in the throttle, the fuel bill, and the slowing pulse of the ride. Aerodynamics matter more than pride admits. A few inches of extra height can sap range and dull response. The secret is balance. A shield tall enough to block your chest, but low enough to let clean air glide over your helmet. Adjustable mounts and vented panels fine-tune the flow, but awareness does most of the work. Power wasted on drag never comes back, and even torque has its limits. The next truth rolls naturally from this one, because sidewinds test endurance as much as strength. Number 14. Crosswinds drain strength. Nothing humbles a trike rider faster than a long highway under a steady crosswind. The machine stays upright, but the rider becomes the anchor holding it true. Few mention how side gusts drain strength long before the miles do. With no lean to counter pressure, only muscle, balance, and patience remain. Reverse layouts resist drift a little better, yet fatigue still wins over distance. Each gust builds tension from shoulders to wrists, forcing constant correction. Over time, it saps endurance and dulls focus, turning smooth cruising into quiet struggle. The cure lies in relaxation, not resistance. A rigid grip makes the trike twitch. Loose hands let the chassis breathe. Drop your elbows, shift weight slightly, and look farther ahead. Small cues that turn chaos into calm. Veteran riders call crosswinds the silent thief. They steal stamina, confidence, and sometimes judgment. Ride with the wind's rhythm, not against its push, and the miles flow easier. The next challenge won't come from weather, but from paperwork, insurance details that surprise nearly every new owner. Number 13. Heat is the quiet enemy. Trike riders quickly learn that power always carries a price, and that price is heat. Deltas roast from the rear, while reverse trikes trap warmth beneath their front panels. Hidden under all that chrome and bodywork is a constant battle against rising temperature. Unlike two-wheelers that shed air cleanly, trikes box it in, cooking oil, wiring, and the rider's legs with every slow mile. In summer or stop-and-go traffic, that heat builds faster than most expect. Oil thins, metals expand, and concentration fades. It isn't just discomfort, it's mechanical stress at work. Experienced riders counter it with discipline. Synthetic oil for higher heat tolerance, uncluttered airflow around the engine, and short cool-down breaks before the machine demands them. Some add auxiliary fans or vented panels, but the real solution is respect. Respect for temperature as the unseen force that ages a trike faster than time itself. Ignore it, and the damage arrives quietly, piece by piece. The next truth rises from the pavement, proving that even something as simple as the boots you wear can decide whether a ride feels effortless or endless. Number 12. Comfort beats. Horsepower riders chase torque and thunder, yet time and miles reveal the harder truth. Comfort always wins. Trikes differ widely here. Delta models favor an upright stance, while reverse layouts sit lower and sportier. A trike can roar with the best of them, but without proper seating, posture, and ergonomics, that power fades behind pain. Seasoned riders know endurance depends less on horsepower and more on how the body aligns with the machine. Long rides expose every flaw. A seat too firm, bars too far, pegs too high. Fatigue creeps in. Focus drifts, and even the strongest engine feels like work. Smart riders adjust each contact point, seat contour, handlebar reach, suspension tension, until the trike fits like armor. When the ergonomics click, confidence rises and miles multiply, effortlessly. Comfort isn't luxury, it's survival for riders who go beyond the weekend loop. It keeps reflexes sharp, vision steady, and spirits high when hours stretch on. Because once your body aches, horsepower means nothing. The next truth tests that patience and precision where freedom tightens. The open road in close traffic. Number 11. Drive it more like a car. Every new trike rider brings old habits from two wheels, and that's where most mistakes begin. Reverse layouts feel even closer to cars in steering and response, reinforcing the need to unlearn motorcycle reflexes. You don't lean into turns, you steer through them. A trike behaves like a car in motion depending on timing and balance instead of lean and countersteer. Hold the bars firmly but not rigidly, steering from your shoulders rather than your wrists. The goal is precision, not strength. Smooth, measured inputs keep the chassis settled, while sudden jerks break rhythm and traction. Experienced riders learn to drive their trikes, scanning farther ahead, braking early, and applying throttle with intent. It's a craft built on patience, not speed. The reward is endurance. Long rides feel calmer, corners flow cleaner, and control becomes second nature. Discipline gradually replaces instinct, and the miles stop feeling like work. The next truth keeps that comfort in focus, because horsepower means little when fatigue decides how long you can stay in the saddle. Number 10. Parking space is strategy. Every trike rider knows the moment, rolling into a crowded lot and realizing those extra inches suddenly matter. Reverse models with their wide front ends need even more clearance. The hidden truth most riders overlook is that parking a trike isn't just about finding space, it's about planning. With a footprint rivaling a compact car and a rear that refuses to pivot easily, poor positioning can turn a quick stop into a slow, painful shuffle. Smart riders think 3 moves ahead. They park with an exit in mind, aim slightly uphill when possible, and favor curbs or end rows for protection. Avoiding tight clusters saves both paint and patience. Another quiet rule: asphalt softens in heat, and heavy rear tires can sink faster than expected. Carry small metal plates or puck pads to keep the trike steady on soft ground. A trike draws eyes wherever it rests, so give it room to stand proud. Respect its footprint, and it will spare your back. The next truth deepens that control, because steering a trike shares more with driving a car than balancing a bike. Number 9. Reverse gear is gold. Every trike rider eventually meets the same moment, parked nose first on a slope, fully loaded and staring uphill. That is when pride meets gravity, and gravity always wins. Delta trikes suffer most. Reverse models include powered backing by default, but many conversions do not. The truth hits fast. Reverse gear isn't luxury. It's lifeline. Without it, backing up becomes a slow, awkward wrestle against hundreds of stubborn pounds. Reverse gear changes everything. One careful press sends the trike gliding backward under control, saving knees, backs, and confidence. It turns crowded parking lots from battlegrounds into breathing space. Veteran riders call it the quiet savior, because it saves you from humiliation far more often than crashes. What many overlook is how much independence it restores. Knowing the machine will obey, forward or back, makes every ride calmer and every stop less stressful. Independence outweighs horsepower, and reverse delivers it silently with steel and patience. The next secret turns from motion to control, exploring the one system riders underestimate until it screams for attention. The brakes. Number 8. Not every shop takes trikes. Walk into a random repair shop and mention you ride a trike and you will notice the pause. It isn't arrogance, it's uncertainty. Many mechanics simply aren't equipped or trained to handle 3 wheels. Standard lifts don't fit the rear axle, and the wiring often differs from 2-wheel designs. Even basic service takes longer, and some shops refuse the work outright. Conversion deltas face the most turnaways because frame layouts vary so widely. Dealerships can help, but that usually means longer waits and higher bills. Independent shops that welcome trikes often learn through experience, not manuals, which makes them rare and worth knowing. The wise move is to build that relationship early. Find someone who understands your setup before an urgent repair leaves you stranded. Preparation saves miles of frustration. Carry essential tools for small fixes, pack a few spare parts, and never assume every garage will say yes. The next truth strikes deeper still, because resale value can drop faster than confidence when it's time to sell. Number 7. Insurance is not straightforward. Most riders assume insurance works the same for every machine, but trikes live in a gray zone few companies truly understand. The fine print hides a major secret. Each insurer classifies 3-wheelers differently. Some list them as motorcycles, others as compact cars, and the rates swing wide enough to surprise even seasoned riders. Reverse factory models are often treated more favorably, while conversions face extra scrutiny. The complexity runs deeper than labels. Coverage shifts with build type, safety features, and even how often a passenger rides. What looks solid on paper may crumble in practice if the provider misjudges your setup. The smart move is to ask hard questions before signing. Factory trike or conversion? Agreed value or actual cash value? Accessory coverage for the conversion kit? Roadside assistance for trike specifically? A few careful calls now prevent expensive regret later. Because the next truth hits closer to the garage, some mechanics and dealers still refuse to work on trikes, leaving owners searching for expertise as vital as any policy. Number 6. The right warranty can win. Every trike rider hopes nothing major ever fails, but when it does, the repair bill can rival a small car. The real secret is that most factory warranties expire long before the true wear begins. Extended coverage, when chosen carefully, isn't wasted money. It's defense against the unexpected. Electronics, drivetrains, and reverse systems can fail quietly and catastrophically, and none are cheap to replace. Reverse models often include stronger electronic protection, but coverage still varies widely. The unseen value of a good warranty is confidence. Knowing you can roll into a certified shop without fearing the estimate changes the whole experience of ownership. Yet not all plans are equal. Some skip electrical parts, others exclude infotainment, reverse drives, or conversion wiring. Read the fine print like a service manual, every line accounted for. Veteran riders say the best warranty fits your habits, not your hopes. It's about mileage, not marketing. Protecting your investment isn't vanity. It's preparation. And that preparation matters most when the next obstacle appears. Parking a machine that demands space and strategy. Number 5. Depreciation. Hits harder. Every rider expects some loss in value over time, but trike owners often face a steeper drop than they imagine. The hidden truth behind trike depreciation isn't mileage, it's demand. These machines serve a smaller crowd, which means fewer buyers when it's time to sell. Even perfect condition and low miles can't change the numbers when the market is narrow. Reverse models like Spiders tend to hold value slightly better simply because more riders want them. Customization brings another surprise. Chrome accents, custom paint, and aftermarket parts reflect personal taste, not universal appeal. What looks ideal to one owner can add expense for the next. Saving factory parts and receipts protects both story and value. Dealers price trade-ins cautiously, knowing resale can take months. Private sales usually bring more, but patience becomes the true currency. The real key is transparency, maintenance records, upgrade lists, and visible care. A clean, documented trike still commands respect. The next truth turns to paperwork itself because warranties can protect or quietly vanish when you need them most. If these truths have opened your eyes to what riding a trike really means, hit subscribe now. More riders are joining this channel every week, and together we're keeping the brotherhood of power, pride, and freedom alive where it belongs. On the road. Number 4. Lane sharing is not your game. On two wheels, slipping through traffic feels instinctive, a quick dart between lanes, an easy escape from gridlock. But for a trike, that freedom ends at the width of its rear axle. Reverse trikes are wide too, but for deltas the rule is absolute. Lane splitting simply doesn't fit three wheels. The how stance fills the lane edge to edge, leaving no margin for mirrors, bumpers, or human error. Forcing space that isn't there turns convenience into collision risk. The smart approach is to claim the full lane with confidence, ride centered, stay visible, and project calm authority. Predictable movement earns respect far faster than speed ever could. Rushing only feeds tension and drains focus. Veteran riders handle congestion like chess, not combat, timing lights, reading flow, and saving energy for open stretches. A patient throttle beats a reckless squeeze every time. Patience becomes its own kind of horsepower, the quiet strength that carries you farther. And that lesson will matter most once the temperature climbs and the road begins to radiate heat from every direction. Number 3. Boots matter. More than you think. Most riders obsess over helmets, gloves, and jackets, but few realize how much comfort and control begin from the ground up. Reverse trikes vibrate less than deltas, yet solid boots still make a world of difference. The overlooked truth is that boots do more than protect. They anchor every mile of stability. Unlike two-wheelers, a trike sends steady vibration through the floorboards, and that pulse climbs into your legs, knees, and spine. Cheap footwear makes you feel every beat of it. A sturdy pair of riding boots with stiff soles absorbs shock, maintains posture, and saves joints on long rides. They grip better on slick pavement, shield against engine heat, and keep footing secure when backing up or stopping unevenly. The gap between fatigue and comfort often comes down to leather thickness and proper support. Veteran riders repeat it often. Comfort begins at your feet. It's a small investment that pays for every mile. When your foundation holds steady, the ride feels smoother, endurance stretches farther, and every stop ends in balance, not strain. Number 2. Confidence takes honest time. Trike riders all begin the same way. Tense hands, tight shoulders, and a mind still tuned to two wheels. Real confidence on a trike can't be rushed. It isn't about strength or bravado, it's muscle memory earned mile by mile. Even riders with decades on motorcycles must unlearn old instincts before they can trust three wheels completely. The learning curve varies, but patience defines them all. At first, every turn feels sharper than expected, every brake heavier than it should. The body resists what the machine was designed to do. Yet somewhere around the 100th ride, everything settles. The rhythm clicks. Steering flows, posture loosens, and control feels effortless. Confidence isn't noise. It's quiet control born from repetition. Those who fake it learn fast. Those who respect the process discover mastery that lasts. On three wheels, patience isn't weakness. It's protection. And from that calm comes the final truth waiting at the end of every long ride, the moment when control fades into trust and trust becomes freedom. Number 1. Respect makes you fast, safe, and proud. Trike riders dream of mastery, the seamless ride where machine and rider move as one. Yet true mastery never comes from aggression, it comes from respect. Respect for the weight beneath you, the power between your legs, and the road that can change without warning. A trike rewards patience and punishes ego. Those who ride with humility learn its rhythm, the balance through corners, the steadiness under throttle, and the calm in wind and rain. They stop trying to prove something and start feeling everything. That's when the ride shifts from effort to art. Respect sharpens reflexes, guards pride, and preserves the bond between rider and road. It links you to every traveler who understood that freedom is earned, not taken. Three wheels aren't a shortcut to safety. They're a constant test of judgment. Ride with respect, and the road will always answer in kind. So, now you know the 21 secrets every trike rider wishes they'd learned sooner. If even one of these tips opened your eyes, hit that like button, drop a comment below, and share your own trike story. Your experience might just save another rider. And if you're serious about mastering three wheels the right way, subscribe now. Ride safe, ride smart, and always ride with respect.